I wonder for someone who fled war, persecution, and violence from Afghanistan, now you have become a powerful voice for advocating refugee rights and human rights. Before I ask you how you do that, I would like to ask you why you do that and what made you or what you went through to be in this position. If you could share with us about your country of origin, where were you born, where did you grow up, and where did you go to school, and then we can take it on from there.
Thank you very much. It is actually it is difficult to speak about my childhood and also about my career in my homeland. I am originally from Afghanistan. I am an Afghan, and I have studied in Afghanistan from a village, central Afghanistan, very far, Ghazni, and I have a medical background. I have studied medical college in Mazar-e Sharif University.
I see. Would you like to share something about your family, your parents, how many siblings do you have, and whether they're here with you in Greece or they're back in Afghanistan? Just an overview if you would like to.
Yes, I think the life of refugees are very tragic. The same time, very interesting. And I'm really proud of my life and also my background. And as my family, just to say that my personal family, that I have been born in Afghanistan. My wife was born in Pakistan as a refugee. My son was born in Iran in refugee journey. And my daughter was born in Norway. So we are four families, and we are actually in the airport. Sometimes I have problem, and they are not believing that I'm a family. You are from different countries, the countries of birth. So it is my personal family situation. And also all of my families are members are refugees in different parts of the world, except one of my brother at the age of 16 that I lost him. So my father was a refugee actually in Russia, sometime in different countries in Pakistan and Iran, and he passed away some years ago. My mother and my sister and one of my brother, they are refugee in Australia, one of my sister in US, one of my sister in France, and one of my sister in Turkey, and I here in Greece. And the interesting point is that really I feel lucky. I feel lucky that I lost just one of my brother, and I have them. And I know my neighbor, my classmates, and my friends that they lost everything. So it is when you are in a war zone in a country like Afghanistan, it happens.
Yeah. Actually, I would like to get to the point that you mentioned about losing member of families, and I suppose that was due to war that has been happening in Afghanistan for decades. I know that you left Afghanistan 27 years ago, and that you were in the last semester of your medical college.
Yes.
Could you please share with us what were the circumstances that you had to leave your country? What forced you to leave?
First, I never wanted to leave my country, and I was the last member of the family that I left country, and I forced to leave. I had to leave. There was no choice. It was the last choice for me. It happened. All of my family, they had left already, but we as students, as part of movements that we had a dream for our country, we were believing that we should fight and we should stay in our homeland and we should do things better. Unfortunately, sometimes you cannot do when it is the matter of death. You cannot deal when your life is threatened. Actually, in 1997, that I was finished my education. It was just a stage that we were practicing in hospital. So it was actually, we were in hospital when our city, the last city of Afghanistan, Mazar-e Sharif, was occupied by Taliban at that time. So Taliban at that time, even was not this Taliban that we have now. It was rude. They were killing, especially if you were not from their tribe. That I am from a tribe, Hazara, and that time that they announced that from this tribe, if we find them, we will kill them. If we find anyone else, if they shelter them, they will kill them. So these were the situation, and I had to leave at that time, and I left Afghanistan in 1997. At the end, I think it was that I left Afghanistan.
Mm-hmm.
So it was
really. Where did you go?
Look, it was in Mazar Sharif. You know, Mazar Sharif has border with Uzbekistan, Tajikistan there, and you have to pass the mountains to come to Pakistan. It was the only way. I remember 21 days I was traveling through mountains till arriving in Ghazni and Bamiyan through the mountains. And then I was in Ghazni for 24 days I was there. And then I left through the border of Pakistan. I came to Pakistan, and then I came to some months there, and then I came to Iran, of course. So it was the situation.
Yeah, I see. Just briefly, if you could describe me, how was the overall situation for particularly Afghan refugees in Pakistan and Iran when you were there?
The first, I think it is important I mentioned that refugees always choose the closest place to their house and homeland. When a conflict happens, when a war happens, actually you are going to the next village, hoping that you are returning back. When you are losing hopes, you are going further, and to the next village, to the next village, to the next country, the next country, the next country. It is why we have millions of Afghans in Pakistan, then millions we have in Iran. So the situation in these countries are really always, I speak that the refugee crisis are there. Crisis in terms of the refugees and asylum seekers, they have no right, actually, the discrimination, and it is in a very high level that we cannot compare. I remember that in Iran, I didn't have right to even to ask for asylum. I didn't have the right even to ask that I want to go to university. I remember that I applied for university in Iran, which I know the language. And they told me that you have to pass an exam. I passed the exam and I got the grade. But at the end of the day, the head of university, he called me, the college, he called me and told me that, okay, you are from Afghanistan and you should work in construction, not in university. So it was really hurting when someone telling you that it is from your language, from your even culture, neighbor, everything. But it is, unfortunately, it was the way of the policy of Iran, the government of Iran, actually. So, and the police, how they behave. Of course, it cannot express the behavior of the Iranian people, the Iranian society. Of course, the narrative in the society also, it is made by the government and also by the authorities. But I had and I have very special friends from Iran. And actually, my life was saved, and they helped me, the doctors that I was working. And
what do you mean by saved?
It means that when I came in Iran, I didn't have no documents. So what I did, I called the doctor that I was working with him, actually, in Red Cross in Afghanistan. And he helped me to find my way through education, to find a job, to do things, and all the things he found for me. Otherwise, it was difficult for me. It was even to survive there. At the end, again, I had problems, and it was impossible for me to live in Iran. I was really in a deep depression in Iran, just because of the situation. I couldn't see that people, just because they are refugees, because they were forced to leave their countries, but they were in such difficult situation in a country that in the same religion, the same culture, neighbor, and everything. So, but it was. But
still, the situation was very difficult and challenging.
Still, it is.
How long did you stay in Iran?
I stayed almost 2 years, but after 1.5 years, I was really disappointed, and I said that I should return back to my country.
You went back to Afghanistan. I suppose it was the year 2000, right? And
2000, yeah, 2000. It
okay.
was 2000.
And then, so what was the main reason of going back to Afghanistan? Was it because of the difficult and complicated situation for refugees in Iran, or did you have another reason to go back?
Two things. There was two things. One, it was exactly that I couldn't manage anymore the situation in Afghanistan, in Iran, and I was really in depression. I was taking even medicine on that time, antidepressant. And the second was that I couldn't leave my education. I wanted to finish it, to do things, to work, and it was my dream. And also being in Afghanistan. So I believe that, yeah, if you want to, because we had a dream for Afghanistan, I was believing that if you follow your dream, you should be inside. So I said that never mind, now Taliban is the government. So you cannot do from outside. You should go inside to do things. But I was wrong. When I remember when I entered the border, it is in Herat province, from the first control, they arrested me and they put me in detention center. So it was.
Did they explain you why?
No, actually. I think the first reason they told me that why I don't have beard, because in Iran I was shaving. And the second thing they told me that, why you are in Iran, you are Hazara, so maybe you are a spy, why you are coming, because they were not coming to Afghanistan. For them it is, and fortunately I had then my documents of education. I said that I'm doctor, so I'm, and again they didn't leave me, and just they didn't kill me, so they put me in detention center. I was in detention center for 28 days. And then actually it was a very difficult situation. I got out and then I decided to leave. I understood that it is impossible to leave.
To leave Afghanistan again, for the second time.
Again. After 28 days, I got my documents from university. The university was closed, but because I knew on that time those who were managing the cases or not, and finally I got my document and I got back to very difficult. I come again to border, so it was difficult, but another border I came and got out.
So could you briefly explain us, like, how did you end up being in Greece?
How I arrived here?
Yes.
So in the second time when I came in Iran, actually I came how to leave Iran for another country. It was my decision to find a place to start your life. It was my decision. So the first was that I referred to the UNHCR office and I asked asylum there. And UNHCR was good and they accepted me. And they sent my case to Canada actually, and I had a positive answer from Canada. As a refugee, and they told me that they will take me to Canada, and actually we came then with a group of people. They told me that it will take 1 year. Mm-hmm. So for me it was impossible to live another more year in Iran, so I came in Turkey, actually irregularly with traffickers. I came in Turkey, and then there was two ways: either to pay $100, there was no euro on that time, of course, $100 and 12 people to buy these safe jackets and a boat and coming to a Greek island. It's one option. The other option is like a short way. It means that you are paying too much and you are going by ship, and it was like the business class, I can say. So because for me, it is really, really important I cannot endanger my life. And that's why I left Afghanistan, the most important thing. So I couldn't believe that I can risk my life in a sea that I had never seen sea in my life. So I couldn't imagine that in a plastic boat myself in a sea. So I said that no, I had money also. Of course, I didn't have a economical problem. I think I searched it and I paid $2,100 on that time. And it was a trafficker. He told me that he will make a passport for me and take me to Greece directly.
I see. Okay.
So it happened actually.
So
it
then,
was-
then you entered, let's say,
It
legally
was,
in the country.
we were about 15 or 14 people. They put us in a very luxury ship. It was touristic ship. They put us the first in garage, and then up at night 36. So they brought us very close to Athens. Here.
Okay, okay.
Actually, now I imagine that it was an Elefsina somewhere here, and they released us here. So it was my story, and I came, and I found the source of democracy here in this country.
Amazing, amazing.